Greetings, Arts Beatniks. It's the KC Arts Beat Report. I'm Patrick Neas. And I tell you, here in Kansas City, one of the shining jewels is Village Presbyterian Church. They present so much great music, as well as serving as just the warm, welcoming hosts for so many visiting artist groups. We're going to be talking to you about all of that with Josh Maize here in just a little bit. They just announced their 2025-2026 season, and I tell you, it is just jam-packed with great stuff. But first, I would like to ask you to please like and subscribe to the KC Arts Beat YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, where every day we post lots of great information about the arts in Kansas City, and we'd love to have you join us. But right now, it's time to say hello to Josh Maize, co-music director at Village Presbyterian Church. Did I get that title correct, Josh?
Yep. Co-director of music ministry at Village Church.
Excellent. And, as I was saying, Josh, Village does such remarkable work. I mean, you have that fantastic organ,
Mhm.
and so you present your own music, which is amazing. Plus, you serve as a host for other arts groups, and you have lots of great afternoon free concerts. We're going to be talking about all of that
Mhm.
today. And I think since you've just announced your new season, which by the way is pretty amazing, so I thought maybe first could we talk about your free Thursday recitals?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, gosh, it's been several years now. We've been hosting a second Thursday recital series, sort of during our program year season, which is basically September through May. So the second Thursday of each month at 12:15, we present a short half-hour recital, either in our large sanctuary or in our kind of smaller, intimate chapel, sort of depending on who the artist or performers might be. We sort of rotate those spaces, but it's a wonderful opportunity for folks to just kind of break up the middle of their day, maybe spend their lunch break hearing some great music by local artists. And when we go to plan those concerts, we're sort of our hope is that we can provide sort of a wide variety of styles and genres and artists backgrounds from all over the area. So it's a really great opportunity for the community.
Can you kind of give us a rundown of what's to come?
Ab- Absolutely. So our first second Thursday recital, which will be September 11th, we're featuring Allison Boberg. She's a local singer, along with Joe Cartwright, pianist. They haven't completed their program yet. In fact, most of these second Thursday recitalists are still in the process of working out what it is that they're actually going to be performing. We don't usually get those details until a little closer to the event. But she's wonderful singer. She's actually the daughter of a couple of our choir members, and is pretty well known in the area. So we're excited to have her and Joe accompanying. And then in October, we're gonna have the La Jolla Wind Quintet performing in our chapel. They're another local great group. They, I believe, have performed here in the past. Not since I've been here, but we're excited to have them perform. And the chapel space, if you've not been in it, was actually the first sanctuary when Village Church was initially constructed back in 1949,
Hmm.
and it has not changed a whole lot over those years. And believe it or not, has just an incredible acoustic, perfect for these small chamber ensembles like wind quintets. So it's a little gem, literally in the middle of the church, that we love to present these kinds of groups. So they'll be in October. And then in November, we've got pianist Jessica Keeby. She's on faculty up at William Jewell. She's going to be playing along with John Moretti, who's a violinist in the area. So they'll present a concert in November. And then in December, we've got the Kansas City guitar icon Bo Bledsoe performing along with cellist Edsky Karakas. She is phenomenal. They're both phenomenal musicians, and they collaborate. I think fairly regularly in the area too. So they'll be here to provide us a concert in December.
Do you think they'll be doing any Christmas music on that concert?
My hunch is that they'll be doing some Christmas music, though I don't know their program quite yet. But we try to encourage our December recitalists to throw in some Christmas stuff if they
Sure.
can, if it
Yeah.
makes sense. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get
Oh,
some Christmas music.
yes.
Yeah, so they're wonderful. So that'll wrap up our fall semester, and then we'll kick off again in January, on January 8th, with Christine Grossman. She's a violist, and so she'll offer a recital in our chapel, and then in February, let's see here, February we have oh yes. Bonnie and Trent Green, who are members here at Village Church, but they're both professional singers, opera trained singers. Trent is pretty active in the lyric opera chorus, tenor, and his wife Bonnie is also our department's music coordinator. So she wears a lot of hats around here, and we thought it would be fabulous to have the husband and wife duo provide some music. So they're gonna sing for us in the sanctuary. Their voices are rather big, so we need to put them in a bigger room. So we're looking forward to that. And then in March, let's see, we have Sora Shepherd coming. She's pianist, was in the Kansas City area for quite a while and has in recent years been in Illinois teaching piano. I can't remember the college off the top of my head, but in Illinois, she's married to our former associate director of music, Matthew Shepard, who conducts the local group Te Deum. So she's
And
coming back. They're both moving back to the area this fall, and so we thought since she's back, we need to get her back in here and playing if we can. So she's
now that
gonna.
in April, right?
Yes, that's in April. Oh, did I say March?
Yes, and I
Oh,
think you
I have.
skipped
I'm sorry.
over Anne Marie Rigler.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so sorry. I
Oh, that's
skipped
all
ahead.
right.
Yeah. So Sora will be in April, and she'll be in the sanctuary. She is just phenomenal. Won't want to miss that. But yes, if we back up to March, I apologize.
Oh, problem.
In March, we're featuring local organist Dr. Anne Marie Rigler. She has for a long time been college organist up at William Jewell and is really just a fabulous human being and a really top-notch player. So, she has played on our second Thursday recital in the past, but it's been several years, and so we're excited to have her back here. Don't know what she's playing yet, but it's sure to be a great recital.
Especially on that organ of yours.
Oh yes, yes, it's just a fantastic instrument. We had a group in here today, believe it or not, a small committee who are themselves looking to potentially build a new organ in their church back in Arizona, and they wanted to come by and check out our instrument, see what it's all about. So yeah, we're very lucky to have that beautiful thing up in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Um, and then in May, we wrap up our second Thursday series with local trumpeter Keith Benjamin. I don't think he's at UMKC anymore. No, he's not at UMKC anymore, but former trumpet faculty from UMKC, I think. Or maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was at UMKC. Great guy, phenomenal player, and we're excited to end our year with him.
So those are all the free Thursday recitals. Again, those are at 12:15 p.m. What a great way to, you need to break up your run-of-the-mill routine once in a while. And this is a great way to do it. You'll return to whatever you're doing really refreshed and recharged.
Yep.
Now, also, Village Presbyterian serves, as I say, as congenial hosts to so many great arts groups in Kansas City.
Yep.
And again, you're going to be doing that next season as well, of course.
We are. Yep, we absolutely are. So I'd like to start by just kind of talking a little bit about our Arts Alliance, if I could. We for many years have had this, I don't even know what you would call it, but this program here in the music ministry called the Village Arts Alliance, and it was set up several years ago by a former director of music as a way to sort of highlight some sort of burgeoning musical ensembles and provide them a place to have sort of a home for rehearsing, for performing. Over the years, it's grown. The three ensembles we've had in the past and continue to support are Te Deum Chamber Choir, conducted by Dr. Matthew Christopher Shepard, the Kansas City Wind Symphony, which is now conducted by Dr. Langston Hemingway. And then the Kansas City Baroque Consortium. So those three groups have always sort of lived under the Arts Alliance umbrella. They host at least one of their concerts here every year, and will continue to do that. And Having come on as co-director of music this past year, I got to thinking about the Village Arts Alliance and wondered if there were some ways that we could expand that umbrella a bit. I was sort of feeling like we needed some sort of children or youth component to that organization, and so reached out to the Youth Chorus of Kansas City, who I'm sure some of your listeners might be familiar with. They're a wonderful children's and youth focused organization, supporting singers of kind of that elementary, I think actually now they go all the way through high school age kids with several different ensembles. They're just doing great work, and I've been really impressed by their leadership, by their programming. It's just really exciting to see all the things that they're doing. And so we reached out to them and asked if they would be interested in coming on board as an Arts Alliance member, and they agreed. And so we'll be hosting at least one of their concerts every year going forward. And I'm hoping that eventually down the road we'll get a chance to collaborate with them in some way. So I think, yeah, their concert for this year will be in February. The one that we're hosting here will be in February. And it's a great opportunity to come out and support the kids. I mean, when they started, they were small as are most new ensembles, but now I mean they're over 100 singers, and
Wow,
it's just great to see
that
that.
is great.
It really is. And the when they're here, they're often doing retreats and workshops and things that culminate in concerts. And so you get to see parents and volunteers kind of flooding the building. And it's really exciting to see that energy. So we're delighted to now have them under the Arts Alliance umbrella. So
Great.
um, yeah, so in addition to them, holy smokes, we've got lots of outside groups coming in, which we're really excited about. I guess if we just kind of went in chronological order, I can tell you that the first sort of organization that we're hosting, outside organization, would be Early Music Missouri. They're bringing in professional lutist. Brian Bartling, and I believe he's based out of Boston, but he's coming in to do a concert in St. Louis and is also going to make the trip over here to Kansas City and do a concert here in our chapel on September 12th. That will be a ticketed event.
Uh-huh.
Most of our concerts that we put on are free and open to the public, but there are a handful that are ticketed events. This would be one of them. So ticketed event that folks can just buy a ticket at the door and come in. But it's going to be a fantastic performance. He's sort of a Baroque specialist,
Uh-huh.
and his concert for the evening is Le Cabinet Extraordinaire, featuring 17th century music for Baroque lute, with
Oh,
a
what?
variety of composers, some lesser known than others. And it being in the chapel is just going to be perfect with that
Yes,
intimate kind of setting. So
sure. Sounds delightful and a rare treat.
yes, absolutely. We haven't done some really sort of focused early music aside from the wonderful work that the Baroque Consortium does.
Right.
In the summer months, we don't have a lot happening kind of in the middle of the year. So it's exciting that he's going to be here. I've heard great things about him. Um, Obviously, our other, they're not. I actually don't consider them outside groups because they're part of the Arts Alliance. But Te Deum Chamber Choir and the Kansas City Wind Symphony, both sort of are kind of housed here in some ways, particularly the Wind Symphony. But they'll be doing concerts here in the fall and in the spring. Tay Dam's going to present Rachmaninoff's All Night Vigil,
Wow, I love
which,
that piece.
oh my gosh, it just cuts right to the core.
And you don't get to hear that live very often either.
No, you really don't. I actually can't remember the last time it was performed. I want to say maybe Spire did it in recent years, and I know the chorale did it.
Mhm.
You know, they've recorded it. Fantastic recording of that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a long time since I've heard it live too. So you
September
won't
27th.
say that one more time.
September 27th.
Yes, September
Mark your
27th.
calendar.
That'll be a ticketed event for that. And that one, tickets can be purchased online or at the door. But that's sure to be great. Wind Symphony is going to do a concert in October. We're not sure yet what they've planned for that particular program. But they always do such great lit. And Dr. Hemingway, their conductor, is just brilliant. He often speaks to the audiences during his concerts, and he's so insightful, and it's always good stuff. So you won't want to miss that. Those are free. Wind Symphony concerts here are free. And then let's see, our next sort of outside, we've got another Wind Symphony concert in November on the 16th. And then in December, things get real fun around here in December. We're bringing back the Kicks Band. They're a local group, do a lot of like big band kind of music. They're going to come back and do a concert on December 8th. It'll be a free concert in the sanctuary, and they were here last year. I think it was last year that they were here, and so much fun. They sometimes have a Santa Claus that appears during the middle of the concert, and they get the audience involved, and it's a really fun time, and honestly, a great concert to bring kids to, I think, because it's really festive and joyful, and they just do exciting music, and everybody loves the cheerful sort of Christmas music around that time. So you won't want to miss that one. Let's see. And then in December, thinking of other outside groups that are coming in. Oh, Tay Dam's going to do a Christmas concert here. They're presenting Carols of Old. I don't know exactly what literature is on that, but I'm sure it will be wonderful.
Mhm.
Um, and then as we get into the new year, a couple of really big things are happening. The first is the Percussive Art Ensemble. They're a new group, purely percussionists. And their leader is our former music coordinator, Theo Music, and great guy. He's a percussionist for the Fountain City Brass Band, and just brilliant performer. But he's assembled a group of really talented percussionists, and they present all kinds of really wonderful percussion literature. They performed last year, and the chancel was just filled with every possible percussion instrument you could imagine, as well as some kind of unusual instruments. They had clay pots, and they even had like car tires and brakes and
Wow,
all kinds of
that
stuff.
sounds like so much fun.
It was so much fun, and it was their inaugural concert, and they had a really decent crowd, and you could just feel the energy in the room. Everyone was so excited to get to hear stuff that you just don't hear very often. I mean, we don't, most of us don't have a collection of like percussion,
Right.
just percussion only literature, and it was so great to see so many of those instruments highlighted in that way. So they're coming back in January on the 24th at 7 p.m. That'll be a free concert, and definitely not one to miss. It's just really innovative. Let's see what else. Then later, let's see here. Yeah, first part of January or February, excuse me. At 3 p.m. on February 1st, we're bringing St. Olaf here, St. Olaf Choir. I'm sure a lot of your listeners are familiar with St. Olaf. They are a long standing kind of I would say, pinnacle sort of choral group in the U.S. Most people have heard of St. Olaf, been to their concerts. They present a big Christmas event every year, and people are familiar with that. So they'll be here just for that afternoon concert at 3. That'll be, let's see here. I believe that's a free event.
Yeah, that's what I see here.
Yeah. But
What a deal to hear a choir, a world-renowned choir like that for free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's free. I marked free here. Check our website as we get a little closer to that. I may need to double check that.
Okay, sure.
Pretty sure that's a free event. Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful evening. You know, now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, I think I may have misprinted that here. I think that's going to be a ticketed concert. I'd rather say it's ticketed and it not
Sure,
be
sure.
the other way around.
Check the
Uh,
website. Check the website as we get closer to that.
Yeah, check the website. I think actually that's going to be a ticketed event, but certainly reasonable and definitely one to throw a few dollars at because they're they do some traveling, but you don't want to miss them. They're just incredible. So yeah, make plans to be here. That one will probably sell out
Yeah.
relatively quickly, I would imagine. So that's a big one, and then we've got the KC Wind Symphony's chamber ensembles presenting a concert in February.
Uh-huh.
You'll want to come back and hear them. Um, Another great, exciting concert we're doing is actually in collaboration with our local chapter of the AGO, which is the American Guild of Organists. We're combining, collaborating with Isaac Cates and Ordained. It's a local sort of gospel group.
Mhm.
They've performed at ACDA before. They're absolutely phenomenal ensemble, and we're still working out the program, but we think it's going to be sort of a celebration of two different sort of organ styles or literature that incorporates two different kinds of organs. So we're bringing in a Hammond B3
Uh-huh.
for that concert, which will obviously sort of serve as the sort of gospel instrument. And then, of course, it'll be in the room with our Opus 22
Yeah. It'd be a
classical
nice
keyboard.
contrast.
I know. So we're gonna get to hear lots of contrast between those two instruments. We've got his group Ordained obviously will be there singing, but then he's gonna bring in some a percussion ensemble or rhythm section. I mean, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. I think we're still working out the program, but it'll be really one to not miss.
Yeah.
He's just a brilliant musician, and when we were planning for this event, we were sort of deciding, do we want it to be sort of a worship focused event,
Mhm.
or do we want it to be more of a concert? And we ultimately went with a concert sort of format, but I promise you, it will feel like a worship experience.
There'll be an authentic feeling to it for sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, yeah, and that one for sure will be a free event. So,
Great.
uh, yep. Let's see. We already kind of talked about Youth Chorus of KC joining us here on the 21st of February at 3 p.m.
It
Not sure.
looks like Kansas City Chorale on March 13th.
Yep, and then we've got KC Chorale coming. They're going to do the mass, Martin Mass for double choir, which I haven't heard the whole thing
Uh-huh.
in quite some time. A lot of choirs do that, the first movement at the Kyrie, but haven't heard the whole Mass in quite some time. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then they're going to do the Bernstein Chichester Psalms,
Yeah.
which I also haven't heard in its entirety in a long time.
Yeah.
So that's a great pairing. And they obviously just do fantastic work. So everyone will want to make sure to come to that. And of course, there'll be a ticketed group. Um, Wind Symphony will do another concert mid-March on the 15th. And then
Uh,
kind of in early April, April 11th, we've got Bach Aria Soloists along with the Kansas City Actors Theater. They're going to be presenting what I gather are sort of a collection of sort of their favorite sort of scenes, combining music together. So I think what I've surmised from their information on their website is it's going to be kind of a collage sort of concert or performance.
Your co-music director, Lisa Bickers, told me that she's really looking forward to that concert. And I think she's going to be playing the organ in this.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, but I have no idea what
Yeah.
literature they're
Uh-huh.
doing. So we'll
Sure.
learn more as we get closer. But
Yeah. I don't think they've got it set in stone yet either. So yeah, that'll be exciting to watch as it develops.
yeah, it sure will. They're fantastic. I mean, Bach aria soloists, they just do.
Sure, of course.
And then in April, we're excited to have the UMKC choirs and our village chamber choir here. We're going to combine and do Fore's Requiem
Oh,
uh,
beautiful.
at Hellsberg Hall, along with the KC Civic Orchestra. I'm
Uh-huh.
not going to be conducting it. Dr. Chris Keltz, who's the new orchestra director of orchestras at UMKC, is going to conduct that concert. But we were thrilled to receive the invitation from UMKC to join, and I know our folks here love an opportunity to sing in that great space. So
Right.
that'll wrap up kind of our concert series, and then the KC Wind Symphony will perform in late April. Actually, on the same date that we're doing the Hellsberg concert. Thankfully, they're in two different locations.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yes.
and then the Te Deum Chamber Choir will wrap up our whole year of concerts, doing a concert called Remembrance and Comfort on May 23rd at 7:30. So those are kind of all of our
Hmm.
outside.
Did we
All
get
of
it
our
all in?
I
Well,
think so. I have one more that's not an
sure.
outside group, but it's actually our concert opener that I'd like to kind of highlight because it's going to be really wonderful. Ilona Adler is a concert organist. Coming to us from Arizona, where she's director of music and organist at Pinnacle Presbyterian Church out there in Scottsdale. And she's going to provide a solo recital on September 5th at 7 p.m. on our Richards Fowkes organ. And we're really excited to have her. She's a Polish concert organist, and she's going to be presenting music spanning the 18th through the 20th century, and she's going to feature works from Latvia, Poland, Ukraine,
Oh,
Brazil,
neat.
Mexico, and the US. So a really interesting swath of literature, um, alongside some pieces by Bach. And some other lesser known compositions. So it's going to be a really exciting way to kick off our year with her being able to come. And we're co-sponsoring this particular concert with the KC AGO chapter. So we'll have some of those, that membership here too. But it's she's really remarkable. And what's interesting and what we love particularly about Ilona is that her organ out there in Scottsdale is a older cousin of our Richardson Fowkes. So both organs were built by the same builder. Hers is Opus 14 and ours is Opus 22.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a gorgeous instrument. It's really fabulous. So excited to have her here to kick off our season.
Now, Josh, for people who weren't able to take this all in, I would not be surprised if most people weren't able to take it all in.
Yeah.
What is your website?
Oh, that's a good question. So, if folks want to check out more about our concert season and get a list of all of our upcoming events, they can go to villagepres.org/music. And that will take them kind of to our basic ministry page, which includes information about all the things we do here, concerts included. So everyone can learn a bit more about them. We'll have an official concert series flyer printed and available on the website probably by the first to mid part of August, may even be sooner than that. For folks you can print off and keep, and we'll have hard copies available out at our concerts throughout the year for people to pick up too. So, yeah, that's our website information for folks.
Well, Josh, I'll take it upon myself to speak for Kansas City music lovers and say thank you to you and Village Presbyterian Church for all the great work you do for music in Kansas City. It's such a vital service. You know, life is meaningless without the arts. And not only does Village Pres do all kinds of stuff for our physical needs, like, your various, fundraising campaigns for food and shelter and all of that, but you
Mhm.
also take care of our spiritual aesthetic needs. And that's a wonderful, wonderful ministry. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. We're delighted to be able to do this for this great community.
And you're listening to the Casey Artsbeat Report. Please like this video, share it with anybody you think would be interested in this. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and until next time, I'm Patrick Neas.